Hello, so today I'm going to quickly show and explain how to use the Lazy Sprite Positioner. So of course you're going to download it from this page, and then you're going to go into wherever your game files are, and you're just going to put the file you just downloaded into the game folder. So I have it in my downloads folder right now. I'm just going to drag it in to the game folder like that. So that's just in here. And then the next step, you're going to go to here where it says Auto Sprites. Here we have a list, and you're going to put your sprite, all of them, all your sprite character names into this list. So the default already here is from DDLC, so I don't have to do anything right now, but you have to change it with your sprites as well, because I have some chibis DDLC ready to go here. So whatever your sprites are called, if you have them defined as layered images, it's the same thing. You just put whatever that name is, and you put them in this list. So that's all you have to do here. We can adjust some settings later, but let's go to the script. So this is just the default script right now. Here's the game. This is a default script. Start. Hello Eileen. So I'm going to start putting my characters in here, and we're going to see what happens. So let's just go underneath here. Let's go Sayori first. We're going to show Sayori, and then we're just going to have the narrator say I'm Sayori, or let's say it's Sayori. It's Sayori. I'm going to put that there, and why don't you just put all the other characters in here while we're at it. So let's do, it doesn't matter what order, because it will adjust automatically. We can put, let's put Natsuki here, Natsuki, and then let's put Yuri here, and the last but not least, Monica. And my characters are lowercase, so I have to change these back to lowercase. Not Yuri. Yori. Monica. There you go. So I haven't done anything special here. This is literally from a blank project. I've just showed the characters that I put in this list. And we're going to see how it automatically places them. So let's just start from here. So there's Sayori. Let's do scene. Let's make a new scene so that Eileen doesn't bother us for a second. This is just a placeholder. It will make a placeholder for us, so that's fine. Scene. So there's Sayori. It places it in the middle. We add Natsuki. Now remember, I haven't added any extra code here. That's just automatically adjusted itself, so they're spaced out. And then we add Yuri, so then Yuri has appeared, and now it's respaced again. And then there's Monica. So, well, you can imagine how it would continue spacing out if you keep adding more characters. And then finally, we can add some extra adjustments. Right now, these are quite small chibis. That's just how the size they were drawn at. We can do some further adjustments just to make them a bit bigger. Here we have a zoom setting. So maybe I want to make everyone, I don't know, 50% bigger, so I'll change it to 1.5. See, now everyone's a bit bigger. Let's see, I can move, the sprites are already a decent length down. If you have if you've drawn your sprites full body, you might have to move them down. So for example, if you have feet, then the sprites will go off screen because they'll be too tall and you need to move them down. That's what the Y offset thing is for. So if you do, well, I'll put a number here of 300 pixels. It'll move everyone down. You can put a negative number in here as well. That'll move everyone up. But, you know, the sprites I'm using already half body, so they work just fine at the 0 offset. If you wanted to maybe adjust everyone horizontally for some reason, then you can do that. Here's the X offset. It adjusts everyone all at once. So there's everyone moving a bit to the right now. Because negative gets you to the left. See, now they're all to the left, but I'm fine with 0. And if you want to adjust the spacing, so maybe if you want everyone to be spread out more, you could just increase this number. You know, it'll space all of them out. So if it's like, yeah, so Yuri is now off screen here when you add them like that, because Yuri's like all off screen here, and Sayori's off screen now, so you want to be careful not to make that too big. Maybe 20, a bit smaller numbers. Yeah, it's a bit, you can see them now. And then if you increase it to 40, see they're even more spread out. You know, it's whatever looks better for you. It also depends how many sprites you need to fit on the screen. So if you have like, well, 10 sprites, you're gonna have to reduce the spacing. Maybe even negative, you know, minus 30. See, now they're getting closer. Do minus 60. You know, now they're like overlapping each other. Maybe you want to avoid that. You know, it's your game, you can do whatever you want. Or you could just leave it at 0. That's fine as well. So yeah. So yeah, just adjust the spacing automatically for you. And you don't have to write at left, right, or center, or right to, or left to, left-ish, middle, right-ish, or, you know, all that stuff. It just adjusts it automatically for you, and it will save you a lot of time, because you don't have to think about, you know, placing them in the reasonable place, because, I mean, unless you're doing something very specific, you probably don't really care where your sprites go, as long as they're in the somewhat reasonable, you know, spacing out. If you want to change the order, so right now it's Monika, Yuri, Natsuki, and Sayori. My character creator did not have pink hair, by the way. That's why Natsuki has yellow hair right now. It's the order that you put them in this list. So if you want to put Monika, you know, next to Sayori, you know, you just have to change the order. Like that. See, Monika's next to Sayori. And then, if you're wondering what happens if you don't have, like, the middle characters in here. So if you just have, let's say, Yuri and Monika, it will still be in the same order, but... So Yuri, then Monika. It just skips out anyone that isn't on the screen at the moment. Now, if you have Natsuki and Monika, or let's say you show Monika first, then Natsuki. Let's do that. Monika. It will still show them in the exact same order in the list, if that matters to you. It's Natsuki. So even if I showed Natsuki after Monika, like, she's still gonna be on the left, because that's the order it is in the list. See, Natsuki, then Monika. So yeah. And if you did want to override it, any transform will do. So let's say you show Natsuki at center, that's still gonna work. It just, you know, obviously all your settings are now gone, because that's all part of the auto lazy positioner, so it'll be back to the normal size. I do have a convenient transform I put in here, which will copy over all your settings. I've called it X, right? Because you might be doing this a lot, so I chose a very short name. So instead of center, you can write X, and then this number between 0 and 1 will be where it goes on the screen. So 0.5 is halfway. There you go, halfway. Let's say the closer to 0 will be on the left. See, and then you can also move it to the right. So if you wanted to position it manually, maybe for a specific scene, you know, you wanted to change the order of the characters, you can do that. But for the vast majority of your game, you probably don't care. So you just want something to do automatically for you. And there you go. Auto positioner. You don't have to position your sprites manually anymore.